Hello, Mario! In this video, I'm going to take a little bit of a look at percentages and as they relate to milk and butter. Now, 60,000 kilograms of whole milk of fat content 6.2 or with a fat content of 6.2% is to be made into butter with a fat content of 81.5%. How much butter do you get if no fat is lost? Now this is a situation where you've got to account for everything. So if you start with 60,000, you're going to end up with 60,000. And these types of calculations lend themselves very well to a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to do that to some degree, but one cannot forget that students will be doing these in a test with a calculator. So I'm also going to show you, hopefully, how the spreadsheet and the calculator coincide. So let's get cracking. 60,000 kilograms of whole milk here at 6.2%. So I've set this up in here I've formatted this particular cell to a percentage format. So I've done this previously, format cells. And this one here is set to percentage, or that one is. So when you put in like 0.062, it'll show up as 6.2%. So to find a percentage is very simple. It's just plus that there. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to multiply that or find 6.2% of that. And there we get 3720. So how might we do that on our calculator? Well, here's our calculator, just coming up here. So first of all, we'll just clear everything, and then we know we've got 60,000 kgs, and we multiply that by 6.2%. Now, what I would typically do is go times 0.062. So I'm doing that percentage calculation in my head. I know that 0.062 and I would push equals 3720. However, that's not everyone's cup of tea, so it is possible to do it the slightly longer way. 60,000 times 6.2. Now some calculators have a percentage button, and I don't use the percentage button because I've run into all sorts of problems with it, and there's a percentage button here on this calculator here under this key. I don't use it. I just would go in this case here, divided by 100. So that gives you the thing, and there's 3720 as we predicted. So that's all good. All right, so the next thing we know is that 3720, that must be the fat content of the butter, and that represents 81.5% of the butter, 81.5%. So 50%. So if 3720 is 81.5%, if we go plus 3720 and divide that by 81.5%, that will essentially tell us what 1% is. And because of the way that the spreadsheet's working, it's already multiplied by 100. That will give us the amount of butter. What that's saying is, or we've done a reverse calculation there in a sense, what that's saying is that 81.5% of 4562.42 is 3720. And that's true. Well, I hope that's true, but as you can see, that obviously that's a smaller number, 81.5%. So there must be some material other than fat in the butter. Now on your calculator, it's a slightly different proposition, and so here's our calculator here. So what we've got here is 3720. It's already in there from the last time, and we divide that by, if we divide that by 81.5%, 81.5, now I'm just going to divide it by 81.5 equals, it gives us that number there, and we push that there, it turns into 45.64. Now that's what 1% is. 1%, okay? 45.64, and we've already got the answer up here. You can see the decimal points in there. So that's what 1% is. So what's 100%? Well, we just multiply by 100 times 100 equals. And we get 4564.42. So if we know what 81.5%, we divide by 81.5. That'll tell us what 1% is. Multiply that by 100. That'll give us the total. So that's there. Obviously, there's another way of doing it. Or we can just go 3720 divided by 0.815 and 4564.42. Okay, now the next thing we know is that that's the total amount of kilograms there. That's what the butter is, but we started with 6. So the waste here must be the waste, which must be that, the 60,000 minus the butter here. Okay, and that's 54. We probably might just pop that up to 2 decimal places. Oh, it doesn't like that, so we'll format auto fit the column width. So that's 45435.58 kilograms. So that just as a check, if we add the butter that we got plus the waste, and we'll make it there because it's not just it's a bigger column. There's our 60,000 that we started with. So there's our waste, there like so, and the percentage of fat there is going to be 0 because all of there's going to be no fat in the waste. So that's going to be 0%. 0%. So that's all good, and so the fat, and that's going to be 0 fat. So that's going to be accounting for that. So let's go plus that, obviously, plus 0 there, and that's accounting for that there. And the percentage, I don't need to, what the percentage is there. It's going to be 6.2. That's what we started with. So there you go. All fairly simple stuff. Now in this case here, no fat is lost. No fat is lost. So there's a slightly more harder problem, the sort of degree of difficulty slightly harder, where fat is lost. So I'm just going to leave that one there for you to ponder, and remember that you've got your little calculator there to use. You've got to know how to do it on the calculator, but just put it there with the Excel spreadsheet. Obviously, if you get different quantities in here, it'll make it slightly easier to work things out, or you could automate the spreadsheet. Cheers! See you!